The 2018 FIL World Championships continues live from Netanya, Israel. Craig Bloom, Kevin McMahon with you for a matchup between Team Japan and Team Scotland. A fun pregame as Scotland marches through the Wingate Institute's campus, led by bagpipes. Kevin, a power move.
Led by Cam Montgomery. He's a student at Oxford University. He's actually an alternate player on the Scotland team. And this guy is a stud. Coach Silcott actually made a joke. He looks like he goes to UVA, doesn't he? Because those guys always look good. That was a joke there.
That's exactly what he said, actually. It was great.
I didn't think you caught it until we walked away. But he, not only does he know all of the classics, but he also knows different some deep cuts, some deep tracks. So he marches them in, and then he also plays the anthem. It was absolutely awesome. And then they sang over the bagpipes. It was a great moment here at Wingate University, or at the Wingate Institute, and that's what makes this stuff so special. We got guys playing bagpipes during the anthem.
First face-off battle won by Scotland. Coming down the left end of the field, Ryan Sage.
And Team Japan, a team that has just as much tradition as Scotland. Japan actually entered in 1994. That was their first appearance. Scotland's first appearance was 1998. Japan's worst finish, 8th. Scotland's worst finish, 11th. These are two top-tier teams in this tournament. They are tradition, or programs with a lot of tradition and a tradition of winning.
Scotland in the blue group in these 2018 World Championships. Japan working to fight their way back into it. We look at the goalie battle. In goal for Japan, Shunsuke Hattori. On the other end of the field, Dean Stewart.
When we got a chance to talk to the Japanese coaches tonight, they said our number one goal right now is getting back to the blue division. We want to be in the blue division. That's where we want to compete. And he said, we got to win tonight. We got to win out. We got to keep winning. That's what we got to do if that's where we want to be. So Japan knows where they want to be. They know what they have to do. And that's half the battle, Craig.
Definitely half the battle, and the other half is execution. Something that Japan takes a lot of pride in is their discipline and their idea to execute. And you get a backhanded shot. That's our Jimmy McBride with our first fancy look down there on the crease.
The referee, the ball took a fancy bounce. He had to have some pretty good footwork to get out of the way. People forget the referee becomes part of the field, but he really had to stop, drop, and roll to get out of the way on that one.
Big shout out to all the referees that have traveled to Netanya, Israel from all over the world to officiate. Go Team Zebra, and they're all decked to the nines in Honig's outfits. We'll tell you a little bit about them here in a little bit.
Heard it's the right call.
It's been that way for over 30 years, Kev.
So they tell me.
Japan with the first possession down on the right end of the field. Hashimoto goes back over to the middle. Matsushita with the ball in Japan. Settles in about 2.5 minutes into this one. No score yet.
Look at Scotland moving on defense. Great rotation, great communication. Oh, this Scotland defense, very active early.
Kev, Scotland dressed in their all-blue uniforms today. Looks pretty sharp, but what really sticks out is their helmets.
Yeah, I'm taking a closer look at them. They got like the traditional lion, I believe it is, on there, the traditional seal on their helmet. Man, it looks sharp. Everybody's had sharp jerseys, and I love Japan in the traditional white and red. They had the rising sun flag out. Oh, it was awesome.
Japan here with the opportunity, thinking about shooting and not shooting, was Ikagawa. Probably a good idea, as it looked like his hands were not about to be free.
Scotland getting a good look at this Japanese offense here as Japan works it around, trying to wear down the Scotland offense, also trying to get a look at them. This is not the first time that Scotland has seen Japan has seen Scotland. Craig even asked some of the coaches down there, what do you think of the bagpipes? That kind of throw you for a loop, and they just kind of laughed. They said, "This is not the first time we've seen that. We know what to expect. It's cool, but we're here to do our thing." And I'm freestyling there. I'm ad-libbing on that answer, but that's basically the vibe I caught.
Not too much of an intimidation factor having bagpipes lead you through, but more of a pride thing for Team Scotland. Japan, opportunity. Shot sails high for Matsushita.
Now, the thing that's so much fun about having both these teams playing each other tonight, they're two teams rooted in tradition, and it's so special. What a save.
Dean Stewart, first save of the night. Matsushita took about the same shot. A little bit better, this one on cage, but Scotland with the clear attempt, opportunity to get down to their attacking end of the field again.
So Craig touched on it earlier. Japan's idea of success, they want to get back to the blue division. Scotland's quest to finish fifth. They said, I think we can finish fifth. Fifth is on the table. That's what we want to do. Scotland still looking for their first win, and I believe Japan took their very first loss to the tournament last night against Puerto Rico. Had they won, they would have been at Field 1 tonight playing Iroquois. Puerto Rico Iroquois played a great game today, but Iroquois came out on top.
Final score in that game, 14-7 in favor of the Iroquois nation, as Scotland, a couple of fakes, looking to get the first point on the board just over 5 minutes in.
Great ball movement here by Scotland. Japan closely following on defense.
Looking to take the shot, but losing the ball out the back door was Matthew Carey.
Oh, great defensive stop. Great ball, ground ball there by Mizuta.
Shihiki fighting for the ground ball. Looked like he was going to be able to pick it up. Can't, and a flag flies. Our first flag of the game, and we told you that these refs are dressed in Honig's, and Honig's is proud to be the official provider of game day apparel for referees at the 2018 FIL World Championships. Founded in 1984, Honig's is the right call for all referees, umpires, and officials across all sports in the United States and around the world. For more information, visit Honig's.com. Honig's,
the right call for over 30 years.
Brother, I always appreciate the help from you.
Hey, I thank you for allowing me, because usually you could just sauce me right up. I want to talk about that ground ball again. I called the wrong name out. That was Yoshida, and that ground ball helped start this whole offensive possession here for Japan. Let's see what they can do here. Let's see if they can use it.
First man up opportunity, and we get a shot. Jun Matsushita sails it wide and high. Japan closest to it when it goes out, brings it back in. Another hard shot from 10 and white goes out of bounds, and ball is awarded back to Scotland, much to the dismay of Wataru Tsugu.
This Scotland team, this Scotland fan base, extremely passionate. You're going to hear them throughout the game. You're going to hear this bench being loud and communicating. This game means a lot. Japan trying to get to the blue division. Scotland trying to get their first win and a fifth place finish.
How about the great defense from Kota? Able to push Sean Darich out of bounds. Japan now with the opportunity again. Good back and forth battle here in the first 7.5 minutes of play.
Oh, it's been awesome. It's been a battle. In Scotland, Coach Silcott told us before the game they're looking for that fifth place finish. That would be their best finish of all time. 6th last in 2014.
Always good to improve, always good to have those goals, and you try to exceed them every time you can.
Oh, absolutely. And Scotland, they've played, it's funny to be like Scotland looking for their first win, but they've played such a high level of competition since they've been here, Craig. They played in that blue division.
Good run inside that time. Flag flies on the far side of the field as Oba ended up on the ground. Correction, Tsugu. That 9 and the 8 looks very similar. So Japan, another man-up opportunity. Almost 9 minutes into the matchup, no score on the board. One of the more entertaining first quarters that we've seen here at this tournament as Japan, once again, over top.
And I know it's 0-0. You might look at this and go, I wish they would score some goals. This is awesome. We are seeing nonstop action here, even though it says 0-0 on the board. We are seeing nonstop action right now. It's going back and forth. We are seeing two great offenses right now and two great defenses stopping those offenses. It's back and back. It's warfare.
First goal scored by Hashimoto.
It's waved off, Craig.
Referee waves it off. He's in the crease. Clock stops for referee time.
This is brilliant. I'm not upset with this. If you don't know, there's no shame, Craig, I know you'll agree, in referees talking it over. They want to make sure they get it right, and this is fine. I have no problem with this.
I'd rather see the referees talk about things and get it right than just let the game be played willy-nilly. They're checking the net.
I think the net fell. I think it's hanging.
Taking a look at it here again. Ball bounced upstairs. A little bit of an interesting occasion.
Because I'm not sure if he was in the crease there, Craig.
From that angle, it doesn't look like it. And get another look a little bit farther out. He definitely releases before he's in the cage, but the referees have sorted it out. So whatever the call was, the goal is waved off, and Scotland gets things started.
So that's a tough break for Japan there, but this tie at 0 continues. But like I said, we are still seeing a great game at 0. What a battle.
Here's Scotland on the clear attempt. Canisar unable to get over midfield. Long passes out in front of the fans. A good following for Scotland and Japan out here tonight.
Absolutely. These two have very, very passionate fan bases.
Sean Darrich able to bring it over for Team Scotland. Scotland working it around. Japan cheering on the defense on the other side of the field.
Scotland still looking for that first goal here in this game.
Ball bounces out of bounds off of a bad pass, and with the clock stopping at 9:47, it sends us to our first media timeout. No score after 10 minutes and 20 seconds have ticked off the clock. Stay with us here on the ESPN family of networks. This is the 2018 FIL World Championships.
Their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop around to find you a better deal. Free to do what's right for you. Find an agent at trustedchoice.com.
For over 30 years, Cascade has been the most trusted helmet in lacrosse. Introducing the Cascade S. Cascade. Passion to protect.
.632 on the clock, a 5-goal deficit for Team Scotland to overcome. A good timeout call to regroup, and we get ready for another face-off. Good battle in the middle of the field. You can see the dust from that dirt pile flying now. Japan comes away with possession after the face-off, something the Team Scotland could not afford. Hiroki Ito with the ball up top near midfield. Name of the game, Kev, waste time.
Yeah, but if you're Scotland, you got that goal that you needed. Once again, it's one thing at a time here, not a ton of time. So yeah, Japan going to be looking to kind of run the clock out a little bit, try to get this stop here if you're Scotland, and then work it around. But you got to worry about the stop first, and they get it.
First part of the Kevin McMahon comeback plan in action. Dean Stewart with the save.
Oh, that's right.
Here's Stewart with the ball now. He's got an open man there to help Matthew Carey. Carey puts his head down and drives toward the middle of the field. Does a good job just bullying his way through.
Trying to use his body, trying to get down there. Japan playing great defense. And so far, it's been almost, if there is such a thing, as a perfect game. Maybe not a perfect game because there's been some mistakes from Japan, but it's been a complete game on both sides of the ball.
Pasajewski gets pushed into the crease that time. So Scotland with a 30-second man-up opportunity. You get another look at it. And a big chance here for Scotland. Maybe get another up on the board. And they do.
All right, here we go. A 4-goal game. Yes, there's only, you don't have a ton of time left, but they crank up the bagpipes again. The crowd's cheering. There's an opportunity here for this team. If they're going to make a move, now's their time.
Japan's defense just looked unsettled and like they weren't expecting play to restart just yet. Luke Lesquizkis of the Rochester Nighthawks, 26 years old. We take a look at a couple of the highlights from today's play. Kev, obviously the play on Japan's offensive end of the field sticks out, but what else sticks out to you?
Just the execution from Japan has really, really impressed me. But secondly, I've been impressed with Scotland, who's been able to score in bunches when they need to. Maybe not as much as they would want, but they've been able to score quickly, but Japan's offense has just been lights out here today. But Scotland within 4, and they have time to kind of make something happen. Here's another look at it. That was beautiful. Another look at another great Japan shot. That's a pretty one. Just such a tough shot, made it look so simple, and it is not easy, folks.
Love the 5-hole angle there.
Japan just executing to perfection right now, doing all the little things right. And when you do the little things right, when you do the little things right, good things happen.
So 11-7 with 4:10 left to play on the clock. Face-off battle won by Scotland. A big one. Scotland doesn't have a lot of time to waste. Pasajewski with it. He comes back up top. Here's Ryan Sage. Sage with a swim move. Working his way back toward the crease, has to go behind the goal. Shot rolls out of bounds. Scotland will bring it back in. Last 3 minutes of the game are stop time, so there is a little bit more leeway in the last 3 minutes, if you will.
It's a huge opportunity for Scotland to make a comeback. This Japanese defense is going to come down to big stops down the stretch as they try to hold on with this win.
A big save that time from Ando. Japan needed it. Stopped Scotland dead in their tracks.
Great play, and now Japan is the most dangerous team on the field right now because They have the ball, and they've shown they're not afraid to work it around and hold it if they have to.
Starting to get chippy here at the end of the game. Teams asking for fouls. We've got a couple of guys jarring right in front of us over here.
Scotland has pulled their goalie completely out. He's at half field right now, trying to even up numbers, and now Japan pushing the issue.
Big hit in front of the cage. Everything looks legal, no flags. 2:20 left on the clock. Scotland with the clear.
Scotland dropping it there, trying to pick it up. Ball is still loose. And Japan wants the ball back, but it's going Scotland's way. Time is stopped.
Kasajewski with it. On the close side, right in front of us. He gives it to Sage. Sage runs inside. Little hop step and a pass down low that's going to roll out of bounds. And the fundamental issues been the story for Team Scotland tonight. Very sloppy play.
That's been one storyline, but I think the massive storyline has been Japan back to their roots tonight. They figured out the way to execute. They stuck to their plan. They focused on fundamentals, and tonight, perfect execution, sticking to their game plan. They looked like $1 million tonight, Craig Bloom. You saw them last night, said, you know, they didn't play their best game. Tonight, they might have.
Everyone told me they were fun to watch, and last night they just seemed a little off. Tonight, they've been fun to watch.
They've been thrilling.
Very disciplined team, and you can definitely tell just by the way that they act on the field. Flag at midfield now.
Such a fun team to watch, and they can frustrate you with the way that they execute because it's just so flawless.
Whistle is blown for the foul. Here's a look at the other end of the field on the foul.
Oh my, it's
unnecessary.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's not gonna fly.
Call is unnecessary roughness, and it looks like Scotland's gonna finish the game man down.
And if you're Scotland, you don't want a result to that. You know, you're a great team. You've had a great, maybe the game hasn't gone exactly in your favor, but you put together a great effort. And that's how you want this game to be remembered. You don't want to get into that kind of stuff.
It's a 1 minute penalty, so if everything else stays the same, Scotland will have 7 seconds to play back to all even. But 4 goals in 1 minute and 7 seconds, man down without the ball. Things don't look great.
Japan just trying to hold on here. We talked to their coaches before the game. They said our quest to get back into the blue division. We want to qualify for the blue division when the World Championships come around again. And this is a great step in the right direction. They've had a great tournament so far. Their first loss just happened last night. So that's a pretty good tournament you've been having so far. And they're trying to get another win here today. Great execution. Japan is trying to hold on one step closer to qualifying to that blue division in the coming years.
Referees do put the stall warning on. Under 37 seconds left to play. Japan playing a game of keep away. Scotland able to knock the ball loose. Thomas Luke able to flip the ball back down the field. Under 10 now. And you want to keep things clean here in the last couple of seconds. No need to get super chippy by any means. Japan tosses the ball up and wins it. 11-7.
Japan wins. They go and get their goalie. They reach the field with pure elation. They are fired up about this win. They got the one they needed. Their quest has been fulfilled tonight. They said, hey, we want to get back into that blue division, and a win here today is another step in the right direction. If you're Scotland, just another heartbreaker for you. You had a great effort tonight. It was close at the beginning, and then Japan just got back to their game plan. They executed well. They made up for the game last night, and they played great tonight. They played Japan lacrosse, and that's what got them the win.
Japan wins it 11-7. Happy to be back in the W column. That's all we've got for you here from Wingate. Field number 4, the 2018 FIL World Championships continue tomorrow all the way through Saturday on the ESPN family of networks. For Kevin McMahon, our entire production crew, I'm Craig Bloom signing off. Thanks for joining us from Netanya, Israel.
Jordan Wolf won't pan out.
Joe Walters is overrated.
Joey Sankey won't make it at the next level.
Fire! 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 Fire!